Hello, hello, everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for my weekly live video. It is Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. It's 4:30 p.m. Central Time. I am live 1/2 hour earlier than normal. As you join me, whether you are watching live or on the replay, please leave a comment and say hello. Especially because I'm live earlier than I normally am. I know that there's probably going to be quite a few people who have to catch the replay. And so I want to say hi. I do go back and look at comments too. So, it's all good. All right. I see people are joining me. Hi, Lori. Hi, Marva. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Hi, Mom. Hi, Kim. Oh, lots of people are joining me. I love it. I love it. I always get really nervous when I have to move the time. Like nobody can come. So I'm really glad when I see people here. Hi, Lena. And I do appreciate you. Hi, April. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh. I'm like, yay. Hi, Leanne. I do really appreciate you understanding when I had to move this up a half hour. Last week, I thought, sometimes I just think I can be Superwoman. Can you relate to that? Last week, I totally was like, okay, my live's at 5. I'll be done by like 5:40. It takes 25 minutes to get there. So naturally I'll be there by like 5:45 and and the game's at 6. And yeah, that didn't happen. I got there at like 6:15 and it like was kind of like, oh, I'm late. I don't like being late to things. So anyway, I thought the best course of action would be to move today to 4:30 and I'm moving next week to 4:30, and then on July 1st I will actually not be live at all. I am in town for the 4th. I'm usually in town for the 4th. For those of you who have cabins or places to go, I'm very jealous. I'm in town for the 4th, but my niece has an away soccer game that night, and that one I was like, oh my gosh, and then I thought everyone's going to be gone probably. So we're dealing with it. So I appreciate it. Hi, Laura. Hi, Tracy. So yeah, I'm super excited to have you join me today. We are playing with the turtle bundle today. So I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera down here in just a second. I feel like there was something I wanted to tell you, but hopefully it comes back because it's gone. So I'm going to flip this down so that you can see my desktop here. Hi, Kelly. Can you let me know, actually, this is one thing I wanted to ask. On Saturday, so I know like Alicia, a few of you were there. Alicia, Kelly, Lori, you were all there. My summer creative escape, my microphone was funny during my demonstration after I had done some splattering, whatever. Does it sound okay now? Because I'm using the same one I usually do, but it's the one that sounded funny on Saturday. So I want to make sure you can hear me okay. I have my headphones ready today to plug into that phone and turn this mic on if I have to. But I want to make sure I sound okay. Hopefully it just like didn't know what to do. I think it tries to block out. Okay, thumbs up. Good. I think it tries to block out background noise. So maybe when I was hitting the blend on my bone folder, I think it might have thought that was background noise it needed to block out, and then maybe it just continued to block me out. I don't know technology. Who does, right? Anywho, glad I sound good. Thanks everyone for confirming for me. Okay, so we are playing with the Turtly Awesome bundle. Now, I know that there are quite a few mixed reviews on the appearance of the turtles. And we will just say we do not judge books by covers here because they are so cute. Okay, I know the necks are weird. I'm going to give you that. But as you play with these, especially with the DSP, they're so stinking cute and they are so fun to work with, so easy to work with. That DSP, it's just out of this world fantastic. I love this DSP. Even if you're not into turtles, there's a lot of really awesome patterns you can use for any other project. So we're playing with this set today. Now, just to save time because of soccer, I did go ahead and do, just like last week, I did anything that I needed to die cut. So I did stamp a couple of images ahead of time so that I could die cut them ahead of time. We also have all these really fun dies that are not part of stamped images. Like we have this little apron, we have a chef's hat, the watering can. Actually, I didn't use the watering can. I'm going to have to make another card. But we have lots of fun images here as well. So I did go ahead and pre-die cut those, just so you know. But anywho, so this is the suite itself. You can find it on page 48, starting on page 48 of the annual catalog. Look at how cute it is. Like, who doesn't want dum-dums stuck in? Maybe you don't want to like have them unwrapped, but for the picture sense, I know. That's kind of the thing. Alicia said she didn't like the turtles at first, but now she's loving them. It's one of those things you got to try it out. And if you're not committed yet to the turtles, buy the DSP. Give them a shot. Okay. Okay. This is going to sound bizarre. I don't mind fussy cutting the turtles. Like, I actually kind of was having fun. Yeah, I just said that. Because there's so many cute, like, turtles doing different things, and it's just good. So, anywho, before I show you the cards that we are going to make today during the class to go, I want to show you, I am running a different, so I have 2 turtle classes going on right now. I've got my traditional class to go. That's my weekly free with purchase class. So you place an order in my online store, you get the card kits for free. That's the 4 cards we're going to actually do together tonight. But I have a different class going on with the turtles that I am calling Turtly Sweet. And it's so stinking cute. So I'm actually going to show you those projects because that registration is open through Sunday, the 22nd. So if you haven't registered yet, you're going to want to. I'm just telling you now. So we are going to sneak peek those to you. Now, I know several of you have already registered for the class who are watching live. If you want to be surprised, go ahead and close your eyes. And I will, I'm missing one of the cards. I'm going to show you 5 of the projects tonight because, hold on, it might be in here. It was actually, no, oh yes, here it is. Okay, I got it. We did a sketch challenge for Summer Creative Escape, and it was actually one of the projects we're making, one of the cards we're making for this class. I did as my sketch challenge for Creative Escape. So I thought I lost the card, but it was over there. I didn't lose it. I thought it was upstairs. Anywho, these are the cards. We're going to make 3 cards together. You get all of the cardstock cut already for you. So you just have to glue. You have to cut your own DSP, but then you just glue it all together. You're going to get ribbon and twine and DSP and embellishments and gifts and lots of fun things. So those are the 3 cards. This is the fun fold. Look how cute that is, right? How fun is that? So it folds flat for mailing, and mine's been squished under other projects, so it really is good at folding flat, but then you can just pop it right up if it wants to. Today it's like, no, I don't want to. This glass mat is slippery. There's that one, and then here's this adorable box. Look, I'm telling you, I don't mind fussy cutting these stinking cute turtles. So there's this fun box. It's pretty substantial, so you can fit some nice, I don't know, maybe turtle chocolates in there. You know, that little candy. I don't know. Anyway, there's that cutie. And then this box as well. Okay. And you are going to get some items to put in both of these boxes. Okay. I'm not going to untie this one. This one's closed with the ribbon, but this one's closed with the magnet. Look at how cute. So this fits a mug treat inside. I designed it to fit that mug treat. It's just so cute. I just love it. So you're going to get all of the pre-cut cardstock to make each of these. You're going to get like this piece and this piece have embossing on them. And this one has embossing on it. Those 3. You're going to get those pieces embossed for you. So you cut your DSP, you stamp your images, color your images, fussy cut your images, whatever, and stamp your sentiments, all that sort of stuff. But otherwise, you're going to have all the pieces ready for you. So it is meant to be like a fun, quick, easy class for you to put together. And it's cute, and you're going to get cute gifts and all of that good stuff. And the cherry on top, you guys, is that today, June 17th, Stampin' Up! Changed their policy, and I am now allowed to share my registration link, my class registration link, publicly. So in the past, I've been able to email it out, but if you wanted the link like from Facebook or YouTube, you had to ask me for it. And now watch this. I could just pop it in the chat because now it's like a good rule. It's not a rule anymore. I don't have to not do that. So anyway, I've had a really good day because I'm very excited about that change because it makes it so much easier for you and me. It looks like on YouTube it pasted kind of funny. That's kind of a long link. Sheesh Louise. Okay, let me grab one more link for you. It's the same thing, but let me grab one more link because that looked like really long. I know, it is such a good change. I am so happy about it. Okay, so this is going to lead you to the same place, but hopefully this link is shorter because on YouTube it looks like it split it in half. So I don't know that you'd be able to click it. I think that worked. I think that worked okay. I don't know why it looks so long. That's so weird. Usually it's not that long. Anywho, there we go. Oh, Lori didn't look. I forgot to tell you you could open your eyes. Open your eyes. Anyway, so they're going to be very exciting cards, and yeah, I'm very excited about it. The turtles are my favorite animal, hands down, by far my favorite of all time. So anyway, you can tell I had a lot of fun designing those projects. I don't know. I had the time of my life. They're all so cute. I love each of them. Anyway, so let's go on to the other 4 turtle cards, and we're going to make these ones together tonight. So these are not part of the Turtley Sweet class, but these are part of the Turtley Awesome class to go this week. So if you're registering for the Turtley Sweet class, you can actually add on the bundle. It's something that I will buy and put in your kit for you. Like, you pay me, I'll get it, send it with your stuff. If you'd rather buy it yourself, like through my online store, you can do that. And you can actually, on orders of $50 or more before tax and shipping, you can get this as your freebie this week. So this class. So it's a bonus 4 cards. So pretty awesome deal there. But we're going to make these 4 cards together tonight. This first one I cased from Lena Gersa. I think it's a G, Lena Gersa. This one I kind of like semi-cased from Erica Serwin. This one I cased from myself. I did a swap card like this in the greens, and then I changed it up because I wanted to use pink, and then this cutie too. So we're going to make these 4 cards together tonight. And as I mentioned, if you place an order of $50 or more before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' rewards are redeemed in my online store through the end of the day, this Friday, June 20th, I'm going to send you these card kits to make these cards at home. So you can order the turtle bundle, you can order the turtle suite, you can order anything else that you want to order, anything at all. And as long as that order goes over $50 retail, then you're going to get this as a free thank you gift from me. I'll get it shipped to you early next week. Okay. All right. So for this one, and as I mentioned earlier, I did stamp and die cut. So like for this, you're going to get the basic white piece to stamp and die cut. These I just already did just to save a little bit of time. Oh, and a cake, because it's a birthday. Who wouldn't love this as a birthday card? Just saying. Okay. Shy Shamrock card base. We've got a Shy Shamrock layer that was embossed with the turtle textures embossing folder. We've got a layer of crushed curry. We've got a beautiful piece here of that. I think the DSP is, the bundle is Turtley Awesome. So I want to say the DSP is Turtley Cute, but it's the turtle. Just type in turtle, you'll find it. You're going to get a crushed curry arch die cut and a basic white arch die cut. Both of these are from the Everyday Arches dies. And then, as I mentioned, you'll get that scrap piece of basic white to go ahead and stamp. Oh my goodness gracious, that cake was like, it landed on my stomach. I don't know, maybe I should eat cake. I don't know. You're going to have basic white to stamp and die cut your turtle, your cake, and your party hat. All of those are stamped with tuxedo black memento. Okay. All right. So I know Shy Shamrock is my favorite for the turtles too. It's so cute. It's fun mixing and matching the greens. So we're going to start with stamping. And so I'm going to grab my shaded spruce ink pad, and I've got Hope Your Birthday is Turtley Awesome. We're going to ink this up and stamp this on our basic white arch. So I'm going towards the top and kind of over to the left. We don't have to like really worry about it being all the way to the left. It's really just dependent on where we're going to put that turtle. But I put mine, as close to the left, I guess, as I could. I don't know. Okay, for this, I am going to pull in my messy scrap paper because you guys, I made some good progress with this with a little bit. That doesn't even look like, I don't know. I made progress with it during retreat. But anywho, we are going to color in our pieces here. So I've got lots of blends, so I'm just going to grab them from the side here. We've got Lemon Lolly, Pretty in Pink, Shaded Spruce, Strawberry Slush, and Shy Shamrock. Okay. Now, lots of fun colors. You can mix and match for whatever you have or whatever's next on your wish list. But I liked all these colors. So these are the 5 colors we're going to use for like across the 4 projects today. And this first project just so happens to use all of them. So I am starting. I colored in my cake with my dark Lemon Lolly. And then we're going to color in the flames with the light Lemon Lolly. I love Lemon Lolly. Okay. I know that the paper is really bright, but but it's such a fun color. I like Lemon Lolly. It's bright. It's happy. Okay, and then the turtle, like his belly, his shell belly, his shelly, his, sorry, sometimes you just, that joke was all natural and I just laughed at myself. So that's what you got to witness there. Anywho, we're coloring that with Lemon Lolly. So I started with my dark to add a little bit of shading. And then I'm going back in with the light. Seriously, you guys, that's what I'll sound like if I make a joke. Sometimes I make jokes to my niece and nephew that I know like they're like dad jokes, right? Or they're like sarcastic funny, and I'll make jokes to them and they do not find them funny and I just crack myself up. I'm sure we all can relate to that, right? All right, dark, pretty in pink here, and I'm going to color in our little party hat. And I know it's kind of hard to see these down here on the grid paper just because it's so small, but I'm just going to color in not the dots, but the rest of the party hat. Okay, and then one of the candles, I'm going to just, maybe the second candle, I'm just going to do a strip there, and then we don't need to use the light one because we're not using very much of it. With shaded spruce, we're going to use the dark shaded spruce here. I'm going to do another candle, and we're going to do the shell, but not the spots on the shell. Okay, and this is where I focus. I do recommend using that fine tip edge for this because you're going in between those spots. It's kind of skinny. Unless you're very talented with that brush tip. I always color with my fine tip. I don't know why, but I just do. So I just like to go a little bit slower through here. And I kind of like to outline most of it before I start actually coloring. Sometimes with how skinny the space is, like just outlining it, you already did color it, you know? I know. It's the Shelly. It's the Shelly of the turtle. I thought that was funny. All right, then I've got my light shaded spruce, and we're going to do the spots. So I did color over the lines, outside the lines, whatever you want to say, with that dark shaded spruce, just a smidge, but it's okay because these are blends. So you can just hide that color when you add in your other blend there. Okay. All right, we've got that. Then we go to our strawberry slush. I'm using the dark one. We're going to do the spots on the party hat. And we're going to do the little, like the pom-pom, the frilly thing at the top. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. And then I'm going to just pick, I don't know, we'll just do the first candle. And even though we've got pink on this card, I think that this will work just great for anybody. So, all right, I'm just going to add light strawberry slush for another candle. And then we're going to finish these guys off here with our Shy Shamrock. So I'm using my dark just to do that shading again. And we're going to do this on the skin of the turtle here. So his legs, his arms, his face, and his neck. Okay, and then use the light one here to color in. You know, I haven't colored in a long time, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's kind of funny because, so I was talking about this a little bit on Instagram stories like last week, I think. I went through a little bit of a creative slump just because things are just busy, like with filling in at work and things. It's just mental like exhaustion. And when I was designing the projects that I showed you at the beginning for the Turtley Sweet class, that was the first time in a couple of months that I was like, this is so fun. Like, I enjoy crafting. I always enjoy crafting, but we all go through creative slumps, right? And I don't know if part of it was because I colored for the first time in a long time. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I was using turtles and they're my favorite. I have no idea, but it was such a good feeling. And I'm glad to like be back in that kind of a headspace. It's a hard kind of slump to get out of, but man, just stick through it because you'll come through it and you'll be so happy that you did, right? Right. And just know you're not alone. We all go through it. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to assemble our card. So I'm just adding some seal to the back of our embossed piece. And because we have texture, we're adding lots of adhesive. And then we're going to add this onto our card front. Now I'm butting up that left-hand side. It's actually going to be the top of our card. I'm butting that up on my left with the score line so that we can attach that down and we can fold and burnish right? Okay, and then we can take our DSP. See, it's so sad to color up these singing turtles. Alicia gets the feeling. I know. Alicia and I have talked about it before where I hope it's all right that I'm sharing this, Alicia, but she can't create on Sundays. She's like, whenever she goes to her craft room on a Sunday, it's just not there. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we all go through it. So, all right, I added that DSP to the crushed curry layer. We got that on our card front. Then we can take our basic white arch and we are going to layer this onto the crushed curry arch. How cute is that, right? In this card, I pretty closely kept like Lena had designed it. I saw her card on Pinterest and I just loved it. I like to go on Pinterest to get ideas for cards too. And I use it as a big inspiration a lot of times, especially if I'm working with a set for like the first time. And I just fell in love with everything about her card. So I was like, you know what? That's what we're going to do. So thanks, Lena. Yeah. Alicia said she really can't. Like, it's just something about Sundays. But you know what? That's all right. All right. So we added on our arches here with dimensionals. Then we're going to add on the turtle with dimensionals. And I'm going to do something kind of fun here. We're going to stick a little bit of our dimensional off the top of his head. That's maybe not enough. Hold on. Let me roll this. And then I'm going to turn it so one of the points is what's going off the top of his head. Okay, and I'll show you this. Can you kind of see that? It kind of looks funny. But that's because I'm going to stick the party hat right on there. Right on that dimensional that's exposed. Cute. Oh, I love it. There we go. It got stuck. All right, so we've got that added. Then we'll add our cake on his tummy, on his shelly, sorry. It's going on the shelly. The shell belly. And you know what? I'm even going to take a mini dimensional here and I'm going to use my paper snips to sneak that under this like top part of the hat. And stick that down. And you might, depending on how high up on that hat you're going, you might have to even snip your mini dimensional in half. Like those things need to be real tiny. I know Lori said the arch dies are so good for so many things. I agree. All right, these are the Starburst sequins. You'll never forget the name of them because that's like one of the most delicious candies, I think. Anyway, we're going to use the crushed curry ones here. Can you tell I'm in a great mood today? That update to the rule, oh, just made my day. Anywho, hi Lori, welcome. So that's our first card. What do you think of that one? I think, oh my gosh, just Shy Shamrock is so stinking cute, right? Such a great color for this. I'm kind of like sad. It took me so long to get into that as an in color. I just never used it. I don't know why. It just never was a main color for me. And now that we have like 11 months left with it, I'm like pulling it out for so many things. Meanwhile, Strawberry Slush. You guys know I've gone through like 5 packs of cardstock of Strawberry Slush. Yeah, for real. All right, let's go to card number 2. Hello, everyone. That's okay, Anne. You are welcome to be late. I'm early, so you're good. We've got a basic black card base. We've got a basic black layer that is embossed. Look at how fun it is. That Turtle Textures embossing folder. So good. Then this is a piece, this really is from the Turtley Cute DSP. See how I mean? It's like just perfect for any occasion. You've got the fun, oh my gosh, pretend like I didn't cut the Chef Turtle's head off. Just pretend like it's there, okay? Okay. But look at, like, you can see just a snippet of this turtle. It's like got a towel on its head. It's so cute. And then this is the one we used elsewhere. Wink, wink. Anywho, so we've got our fun striped piece of DSP. You're going to have some Shy Shamrock to die cut out your Stampin' die cut out your cute little turtle. Now, when you die cut it out, look, it actually cuts the hand so the hand can hold things, or you can tuck that apron behind. So cool. You're going to have a strip of shaded spruce to heat emboss your sentiment on, or if you're not into heat embossing, you could stamp this with Tuxedo Black. That should show up all right. I did do that ahead of time. And then you're going to have some basic white to die cut out your apron and your chef's hat. And you're going to have a little piece of DSP to die cut out your cute little birthday cake. That one, I just thought the coloring in the DSP for that was so cute. I just did not want to cover it. So, okay, so for this guy, I wanted to add a little bit of extra dimension to him. So this is stamped in Shy Shamrock. I don't remember on my sample, to be honest, if I use Shy Shamrock or Shaded Spruce, but we're going to go with Shy Shamrock Dark. And I'm just going to color in the spots on the shell. Okay, but you could use any of those dark greens. I think that would look great. I just wanted to add a little bit of extra like dimension to this guy. So we're just going to color in those. And if you wanted to, you could use your light Shy Shamrock, and he's got like those little, I don't know, knees. He just has knees. I was gonna say like knee spots, but they're just knees. He's got curly cues on him. Anyway, you can color those in too. That's where I was trying to get. All right, let's go ahead and assemble this card. So we've got our layer here, our embossed layer, and I am adding some seal to the back. Oh my gosh, I pressed too hard. If you press too hard on the textured, it's gonna like peel up your cardstock. So just you don't have to press too hard. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Right. Usually I'm pretty good about it, but anywho, we're going to add that to our card front. And then we can fold and burnish. Okay. And then we're going to take our striped DSP here and add some seal and then get that on. And I'm going to put mine crooked. Now you can put it on straight. I know some people do not like it to be crooked. That's all right. Put it on straight. Okay. Then I'm going to take my strip here, the Shaded Spruce strip, and I already heat embossed the sentiment on there. And I like that this one said hooray because you could use it for birthday, congrats, really anything, right? All right. So I'm going to add this to the card, and I'm going to, because I did angle my DSP, I'm going to try to angle this strip of Shaded Spruce as well and keep it parallel with the DSP. Just to my eyeballs content. I'm not measuring anything. You can measure it though if you'd like to. So I added that on with dimensionals, and then we can go ahead and just snip off any excess. Okay, that went over the sides. I purposefully did a strip that was longer than the card base so that you can kind of slide that hooray around wherever you want it to lay. Okay. All right. So then we're going to take our cute apron here. I'm just going to add a little bit of seal, and we're going to adhere this to our turtle. So we'll just pop up that arm, and we'll just sneak this right on under. And then you just kind of, I watched like the shoulder straps here and make sure those look like they're in a spot that makes sense. And then you can just kind of press that down and glue it together. Super easy peasy. I like that they added that element into the die cuts. It's really cool. Okay, so his legs are going to sit on our sentiment, which is already up on dimensionals. So I'm going to stick a dimensional in the middle of his body and his head. And then we're going to add this right about here. He's just so cute, right? Right. Okay, chef's hat and cake then. We want to add dimensionals to the back. Now the bottom of the chef's hat is going to partially lay on his head, so I'm putting the dimensional more towards the top. And then the cake, we're also going to put the dimensional a little bit more towards the top because it's going in his hand. So I just don't want those to conflict, okay? How fun. But look at how bare he looks without his hat on. Doesn't he look so cool with that hat on? I love it. Look at it's just like completes the picture. Okay, so for this one, we are going to add, this is the Flirty Flamingo twine that is from the 3-color pack with, don't mind me, I have extra Flirty Flamingo here, but it's got Balmy Blue, Lemon Lolly, and Flirty Flamingo. This is on the last chance list, and when I looked the other day, it was still there, like when I looked Sunday. I think I looked on Sunday, and it was still there. And I don't remember how much it was discounted for, but I do believe it was discounted. So if you don't have this twine, twine is just my favorite. I love twine. That's what I go to over ribbon. I like ribbon too. It definitely has its purposes, but I'm a twine girl. I'm going to just even this out a little. I'm a twine girl through and through. So anyway, that is last chance list. So once it's gone, it's gone. So if you don't have that, or maybe you're running out of it, grab a pack now. Grab some now before it's gone for good. So sad, but anywho. All right, so I added that to a glue dot tied a bow and added that to a glue dot. And then we're going to add this right down here on the lower left of the card. So cute. And finish this guy off with our fun shades of green hexagons. They are so fun. Yes, Christmas. Let's see. Oh, Lori. Imagine the turtle with a Christmas apron on. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Sold. All right. I'm going to use these ones, which I consider to be like a pool party color. I think we've got like a shaded spruce pool party granny apple green. And then this is like clear with a tint of green. So I'm going to use these blue hexagons here. The ones that I think are pool party. So that is our second card. What do you think of this one? Isn't that cute? Super easy to come together. I love it. You could even change this out for the DSP. You could fussy cut out those images. Super fun. Okay. Then we'll go on to card number 3. We had to make one that was pink. Turtles don't always have to be green, you know. Well, this turtle is, the turtle's green. Just the card scape is not, right? Right. I don't know. Anyway. I know you catch my drift. So I just like the hooray sentiment because I think this could be birthday. It could be graduation. It could be like somebody who works at a bakery or is going to school, like culinary school or some, you know, like lots of options for that. So, all right, let's look at card number 3. We've got a pretty and pink card base. We've got a mat here, a basic white mat. We've got, this is again from Turtley Cute. I mean, come on, you guys, look at how fun that is. Okay. So this side here, this is like a collection of cards that you can kind of cut apart. You know what I mean? But we've got this fun polka dot side on this side here. Then you're going to have a basic white rectangle. This is die cut from the Textured Notes dies, and a strip of pretty and pink for your sentiment. So let's start with stamping. For this one, I didn't do any die cutting. I thought this would be a really good one if you just, maybe you want to crank out a bunch of these. So I actually mentioned at the beginning, I cased this from myself. I don't know where my original card is. I'd have to track it down. But I made a card, this card, for a card swap I did. And I think I had to make like 22 of these. And die cutting was out of the question. If I was coloring, I couldn't also die cut. It just takes too long when you have to do 22. So I just chose to stamp it right on that rectangle and go from there. So anywho, so I stamped that turtle down in Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and then I just stamped our sentiment down. It's okay to take it slow. I stamped that down in Strawberry Slush ink on to the pretty and pink layer. So for this one, we are going to use Shy Shamrock, Shaded Spruce, and Lemon Lolly blends. Okay. All right. And this one, we're going to mix up a little bit here. That's my light. Look at, I finished, this is what I did this weekend too. I finished labeling my blends. I kind of neglected it last year. I didn't add blends labels to my in colors. So I finished that up this weekend. By the way, I updated that. So I put the link out in my email today with that link if you're interested in those labels. So okay, so I'm coloring in the shell with Shy Shamrock this time. On our first card, we did the shell in Shaded Spruce and the body in Shy Shamrock. So this one, I'm just flipping that. So I went in with that dark a little bit and did a little bit of shading. And now I'm going in with the light to color in the rest of the shell here. Okay, just like so. And then we can go in with our Lemon Lolly. And with Lemon Lolly, I'm not actually going to do any traditional shading. I'm going to color all of the spots in dark. And then the shell belly in the light Lemon Lolly. Okay, so just color in these. Ooh, I went out of the lines a little. That's all right. Nobody's going to notice. Okay. So we got that. And then I'll just... And you could do a little bit, even though we did that dark Lemon Lolly on the spots. I wanted it to look, you know, similar. That's why I'm using the same color. But I wanted it to look different enough. But you could actually do some of that shading with the dark Lemon Lolly on here as well. All right, there's the belly, the shelly. Okay, and then we're going to do our shaded spruce for the skin here. So I just am adding some of that shading here with my dark shaded spruce. So you can kind of see how I'm just doing little lines. Like, it's not perfect. Just something so that when I go in now with my light shaded spruce, that's when I color in the circular motion. And I blend that color through. Okay. And I'm purposefully not coloring in the nails. You could, but I am avoiding those. You could use like the ivory blend for that maybe. And then we got the legs. It was funny, last Tuesday at my niece's soccer game, I heard my nephew, who's 7, he usually doesn't watch the games, right? Totally fine. He's playing with all the other brothers. And I heard him say, "Oh, there's a turtle over here. I'm going to go get it." And I was like, whoa, 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 is it a snapping turtle? And he goes, "I don't know." And he ran off, and I said, "Don't put your hands anywhere near its mouth," because, you know, he's a boy, so he would. And he came back, and luckily the thing had left. So I was like, yeah, it probably didn't like the people, the little boys coming after it. Like, what is this? What is this? Grabby, grabby. But anyway, I was glad because I was like, watch, that guy's going to get his hands pinched. Oh, thanks so much, Teresa. You're so sweet. All right, so we are going to add some seal to the back of the DSP and then mat this onto basic white here. Okay, and then we'll flip this over and add some seal and get this added to our card front. So I'm putting this about 1/4 of an inch away from this score line. And then it's equidistant, however you want to say that, from the top and the bottom. Okay. All right. So then this piece here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. And you can either choose to add your ribbon and sentiment first or after. I'm going to add it after. But either way works just fine. Either, right? Right. Okay. So we've got some dimensionals here, and then this guy's going to go here. And it's slightly shorter than our DSP. So I'm just making sure it looks like about equal distance off the DSP there. And then I brought in the strawberry slush ribbon because I thought that was really cute. And we're just going to kind of eyeball this. Like if I stick this right about here, then I can cut right about that much off. And I'll just run a strip of seal right onto that. There you go. You can see the shiny part there. I just ran a strip of seal right there, and then we're going to stick this ribbon down. Make sure to cover any of that exposed adhesive. If you do have a little bit of adhesive that will still be exposed, I'd put it towards the top, because we're going to, I don't know, maybe I put that too high. That's all right. That looks good. And then we're going to put our sentiment up towards the top here. Okay. So I'm going to add just a couple of dimensionals then on the back of our pretty in pink strip. And this is going to go right up here like this. How cute is that? It's okay to take it slow. And you could swap this out. I think on my actual swap card, I did the birthday sentiment, but we're kind of covering the birthday sentiment here. So I wanted to get, oh, Cassie, I've never had a problem with it coming off, to be honest with you. I don't know. How do I get it to stay? Yeah, I just use seal or the glue dots if I'm tying a bow with it, but I haven't had an issue with it. So weird. Huh. That is really interesting. Cassie said that like tape hasn't worked for her. I have not had that experience. Maybe you somehow got a weird spool of ribbon. I don't know. That's strange. Huh. I'd be curious to know what you find out about that, because that's interesting. All right, so I'm using here the flat pearls. We're going to use the strawberry slush ones. These are the new in colors. Can you believe I've actually used Darling Duckling the most? You know, I don't mind that color, but to be honest, it's probably my least favorite of the new in colors. Don't tell anybody. But I do still really like Darling Duckling. It's just my least used. So it's kind of funny to me that out of the pearls, it's the most off. Anyway, all right, there's card number 3. Isn't that one so cute too? Oh, what I was saying is I used the birthday sentiment a few times. We made some birthday cards here, so I wanted to switch it up and use a different sentiment, but you could swap that out for a birthday sentiment as well. So, all right, here is our 4th card. This one's really fun. It says, "Sweet friend." We've got that cute ice cream cone. So we featured all of the turtles. There's 3 different turtles, and we featured all of them. So we've got a pretty peacock card base. We've got a pretty peacock layer. We're going to do some stamping on that. We've got a pool party square here. We've got that another striped piece of, look at that one. He's so cute. Gardening turtle. Striped piece of our DSP here. We've got a strip of basic white. We're going to stamp and cut out our sentiment there. And then you'll have some granny apple green. So I stamped the turtle in tuxedo black and cut that out. And then you're going to stamp on your basic white, your little ice cream cone. And we're going to color that, okay? All right, so let's start with stamping. We've got a little bit to do here. And don't you even worry, we're pulling out our messy scrap paper for this one. Okay, so we are going to grab our balloon and party hat and pretty peacock ink, and we're going to create a background on this pretty peacock layer. So I'm going to start with the balloon because it's bigger. And while I'm not going in like a perfect pattern here, I am going to have all the balloons going the same way. Like I chose not to have them switch directions on this one. I'm going to have them all float up. Okay. So it's not perfect. Like I'm not like directly in a line across. I'm okay with it kind of mismatching here. But you can stamp yours however you'd like. If you prefer it to be like symmetrical or whatever, you can do what you want. And then the party hats, those, just to fit in those spaces a little bit better, I am okay if they are a little crooked. Okay. So we are just going to add some of these guys. They're so cute. I love this set. It's so cute. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but holy cow, I just think it's so cute. Does my point get across with that? I love it. Okay, on our basic white piece then, I'm going to keep that pretty peacock ink open, and we are going to stamp Sweet Friend. And I'll just stamp that towards the bottom so I can just cut it with my trimmer. And I left a little bit of room to the left because we are going to, what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to angle cut it. All right, we've got our cute little ice cream cone here, and I am going to use my Shy Shamrock and my dark Lemon Lolly blend. So with the dark blend, that's what I'm going to use to color in the cone. Okay, so we just add that. Oh, stuck to my hand. And then with Shy Shamrock, I just chose to color one ice cream scoop with the dark and one with the light. And this, in my head, I'm picturing mint ice cream. I don't know. Turtle sundaes are pretty good, but I don't know that turtles would eat turtle sundaes. All joking, of course. But anyway, have you guys, if you're from the Midwest, you've probably heard of Culver's, and Culver's turtle sundaes are like my favorite. They're so good. If you're not in the Midwest, you've never heard of Culver's, come out and visit sometime. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Culver's is pretty good food. So, okay, so we have got our trimmer out here, and I am just going to cut my sentiment, and I'll just leave it like this for now and use my snips to cut a little angle here. And you can cut that as deep as you would like to. And then we can go ahead and start assembling. So I'm going to grab that pretty peacock layer that we stamped, add some seal, and add this to my card front. Okay, just like so. And then we can go ahead and fold and burnish. Just like that. And we'll grab our DSP. They're just so cute. It's hard to cover up those turtles. I think I need to buy a pack of this, and then I have a Brother scan and cut machine. I think I need to have it just like cut out every single turtle. And then I can just make a bunch of cards. Because like I said, I'm not opposed to fussy cutting these turtles. They're cute, so they're worth it to me, but not like 100 of them. That would be kind of a lot. Oh, you have Culver's every time you visit your family here. I love it. That is awesome. I drove by like the first Culver's. I've never eaten there, but I drove by the first Culver's this past fall. It's huge. I mean, yeah. All right, so our turtle here, we're going to add our ice cream cone first. So just like that other turtle, when you die cut this out, it actually die cuts out the arm so it can hold things like a banjo or Joan, I think it really is just like a Midwest thing. I know we have them in Minnesota and they started in Wisconsin. So they might have some in like Illinois, but I don't really know where all they are. I just know I think it's a Midwest fast food restaurant. Oh, you have them in Michigan. Okay, good. Anne has them in Michigan. So there we go. So you just have to pick one of those states. Come on and visit. It's like how we don't have in what's it called? In-N-Out? I've never eaten there. We don't have one. Anywho. Okay, so add some dimensionals here to our turtle. And I'm going to stick him down right here on our DSP. So cute. And then we're going to take our sentiment and I'm going to add some seal to the back. And we're going to tuck this right hand side right under his belly right here. And have that lay right there. So cute. And then for this one, we have some Shy Shamrock twine. This is from the Pack Your Bags twine pack. Do I have that out? Yes, I do. So this one also has Strawberry Slush and Azure Afternoon. And that one is not on the last chance list, so that's good news. We can go ahead and tie a bow with this. Okay, and then we're going to trim the tail. Oh, and then throw it a little. Add it to a glue dot and stick this on our card. All right, well, that is our 4th card. What do you think of this one too? I love each of them. I just love the turtles. I feel like, I don't know. They're just, yeah, they're so cute. You know, Tracy, it's so funny because I've been to California and whatever, and like, it's just never been on the way. So I don't know why. It's just, yeah, I have to, I've never heard of Dick's Drive-In, Joan. So yeah, In-N-Out, never had it. We had Jack in the Box in California because we don't have that here either. And to be honest, we DoorDashed it and the food was so cold. So we didn't have very good ratings of that. But maybe if I can actually get to the restaurant, it'll be a better experience. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I am so glad you could be here. These are the 4 cards we made together. So as a reminder, if you would like these card kits as a free thank you gift from me, go ahead and place your order in my online store by the end of the day, this Friday, June 20th, so 11:59 p.m. Central Time. I will get these card kits sent to you so you can make these at home. $50 order before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' rewards are applied, and I'll ship them out early next week for you. So thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for hopping on 30 minutes early or catching the replay if you had to do that. But yeah, thanks, Kim. I will have fun at my niece's soccer game. We're going to hit the road because there's always so much traffic. I don't get it. We're going like north and there's always just so much traffic. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Next week, June 24th, I will be live again at 4:30. And then the following week, July 1st, I will not be live. And after that, we'll be back to our normal schedule. I promise. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.